Hey, my name's Jake Brown. I'm Matta's performance psychologist. Me and Matta have been working together for about a year now. We've covered a massive range of topics. So Matta obviously plays tennis. She came to me after a really successful junior career, and then she's had many years out of the sport and is coming back in to more the senior side of the game, looking to compete nationally and internationally. Already a couple of challenges. First of all, it's tennis. Tennis is one of the hardest sports that there is psychologically. First or second for me in terms of psychological demands that it places on the athletes. Already this is difficult. Adding to this, Matta also has neurodiversity challenges which make things a little more interesting, implementing some of the tools and the techniques that we spoke about. So that's been really interesting to work around that and try and help Matta come up with some solutions for some of her initial presenting issues. So initially she came to me lacking self-belief in her game. Right, this is very normal, of course, but there was a lack of confidence in her game. There was some fear and anxiety playing in front of people. Also the social side that comes around the sport. There's a lot of things that people just don't think about when it comes to competing, you know, the social graces. So we spoke a lot around that. And then we've also done a lot of work on attention, strategy, and one of the big areas of work that we've worked on is mindfulness. So we spoke about being present, about accepting mistakes, about letting it go. And Matta's been amazing and one of the best students I've ever had in actually committing to the work we do. You know, we can talk about a lot of things in sessions, but it's really important to go in action and implement it into a game. And Matta's been amazing at this and gone really deep into the mindfulness and meditation side of things, which has been amazing to work with. We've also done a lot of work on confidence, hitting the ball, truly striking the ball. Amazing to see the development that Matta's made over the last few months with this. You know, the confidence she's got in her game now, the way she's talking, rightly so, but it's really brilliant to hear her having such confidence in her game, which is allowing her to commit to her shots a lot better. I'm really excited for what this season is going to bring for Matta, with her having confidence in her game, with her refining and sharpening up a lot of her attentional processes and her routines. You know, she's going to be competing a lot internationally this season. So it's going to be really exciting to see what she can do and see how she can progress through some of these competitions. So yeah, I look forward to supporting Matta going forward, and also look forward to following this channel. So yeah.
Hello everyone, back in the warmth of London. I just wanted to share a little bit more about my tennis today. So back in October 22, I joined a ladies team, and it is coached by Damien Connolly. And about a month after joining, I decided that I wanted to play singles and sort of pursue competitions. And so I asked him to coach me, and here we are a year and a half later. I had to make a lot of changes when I came back to the game. I had a continental grip. I'm now semi-western. I came back with a single-handed forehand. I am now a double-handed forehand and loving it. I hope to share some of those sort of videos with you of when I first came back. You know, last April I videoed some of my tennis practice, so I'm hoping to share that with you. Definitely in comparison to how I'm playing now, so hopefully you'll be able to see some really good changes. I have travelled to competitions with Damien and watched him play, which has just been really great. You know how it's really great to see your coach also playing in tournaments and having matches. What I love about Damien is that he always encourages me, and he believes in me even at those times when I don't believe in myself. He's not really one for compliments, but when you get a good or very good, it's really meaningful. So I like that. He is funny. It does make me laugh. And there are times where, you're on court, you're kind of having some sort of strategy, or you're doing something, and there are times where I find that he knows me better than myself, which is very annoying. I also work with Carl. Carl's a personal trainer, and I find that side of things a little bit more difficult, I think, or challenging, because there's the strengthening part, the weights, and which I find fine. I kind of enjoy, and I'm really progressing in that space. But the fitness is really still quite difficult. When you're on the assault bike and you've got to burn 5 calories in 20 seconds or 1 minute or 30 seconds, all these sorts of things I find really tough. When you're on the skier, or when you're on the rower, having to do 500 yards in 2 minutes, and you've got about 5 cycles of that, just 1 minute's rest or 45 seconds rest, all that I find really difficult. I know how important it is to be fit, but still I'm very much a work in progress. The stretching, half and half. I find that my body's still tight sometimes, especially around the hips, and which we know that you really need really good hip rotation for tennis. So that's often problematic. Ladder work is fun. I'm on the back of injury at the moment, so even though I've gone through rehabilitation, I'm jumping and skipping again, but I think trusting myself and really committing to movement sometimes, I think there's some sort of maybe a little bit of delay on that, but so much better than I was, and I'm feeling so much fitter on court through having a PT, so that's been really great. The explosive side of my tennis is definitely a work in progress, being on your toes, springing off, but I'm getting there. So I also work with Jake. He's a sports psychologist, and he's really been helping me with not only my thinking on court and my neurodiversity, but just the social side of sort of making friends and being around so many people. I know we take so much for granted sometimes, but just the sounds, so much sound sometimes, trying to filter, trying to pay attention, trying to focus, trying to not be distracted, all those things, I'm sure everyone needs help, but certainly I would argue that those with challenges, benefit from support and having tools to manage spaces sometimes. I think also, what I really love about working with Carl, for example, is that he takes everything in his stride. I can really get worked up that I can't do something or frustrated, and he just brings it right back down to earth and just say, we'll get it right next time, or just carry on pushing me in one area. Then all of a sudden I can do it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do it, So I really love that about Carl, just his calmness. And with Jake, he challenges me a lot, and sometimes I think I'm overthinking something, and I just love the way he always seems to have the right questions to ask me, and to help me really feel as if I'm resolving things. I'm sure I'm not. But yeah, I really kind of enjoy that as well. Well, so I can't think of anything else right now. I'm hoping to post some clips, as I said, so that you can see what I used to play tennis, a year ago, what I was like. Oh goodness. Just to quickly say as well though, I watch tennis like many of us do, especially us tennis enthusiasts, and I'm really inspired by people like Serena and Venus Williams, always have been. But I also enjoy watching Osaka, and Coco's athleticism, for example, and Gelman Monfils, if you're going to talk about athleticism. Also, the greats, the other greats, I should say, Federer and Nadal and Djokovic. How much I've learned from their, especially the mental toughness and the way that they're able to move on so quickly after each point and staying present, things that I'm definitely, working on. Who else? I enjoy watching Sakari as well, and Sabalenka. I see some of their training videos that they post and just how hard they work. Rune is another one that I've seen some of his workout videos, when he's practicing for tennis. It's just this whole idea of practice how you play, or play how you practice, the other way around. And that's really helped me to understand that, when I get on court to practice, just how important to give everything and really work hard. So I'm really trying to follow those types of ethics and really give it all when I'm on court, really try hard. But yeah, so I know that I've come a long way with my tennis, especially, with, the neurodiversity, dyslexia, ADHD, and high functioning autism. And, I just think it's, it brings its own challenges. I struggle with strategy, but I'm getting better, really getting better to understanding, what to do with each ball. I'm still finding it really difficult to read the game, read body language, unless it's the obvious shot, the body shape of a slice, for example. So I know that I've just got so much to learn, and that's the fun part. I'm kind of halfway, I'd say, maybe even more, but this journey of mine in tennis, I'm really enjoying it, and I really hope to, as I said, share so much more with you. I've asked Damien and Jake and Carl to do a small video. I will throw those links to them in the chat bit at the bottom, the comment bit, so they can be available. And I'm really hoping that they will certainly now and again be, popping in and saying a thing or two, or giving some kind of advice, or and kind of helping where they can on the channel as well, to share that with all of you. Thank you ever so much for listening and spending a few minutes with me today. Okay, bye.